Welcome to this very special edition of the KJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through their industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have with us Eric McHugh. He is a serial entrepreneur, visionary technologist with a mission to build tools that make the world better. We'll learn about how AI is transforming modern romance beyond just swipes and matches. We'll learn about how data, spirituality, and innovation are merging to help people find deeper, more meaningful connections. Welcome to the show, Eric.
Hey, KAJ, thank you for having me. I'm really grateful to be here.
You are welcome. Welcome to the show, Eric. Welcome to India once again in this online form. And I'm sure not just in India, but a lot of people across the globe will benefit from what we are going to talk right now. We'll learn from you about AI, we'll talk about love, and we'll talk about real connection. We'll talk about all this. But before that, let's learn about you, your journey, your background, especially this new venture, if I understand, of yours.
Sure, I'm happy to. It's nice to meet everyone. My name is Eric, 31 years old, blessed to live in beautiful Southern California. Career-wise, I started my career at Snap, helping them craft their ad algorithm. From there, I joined as a consultant because honestly, it paid well. It seemed like a cool job right out of college. I did that for a while, but then I realized that wasn't my calling, wasn't passionate about that. So I quit that without a plan. At that point in time, I was really into cryptocurrencies. I started a cryptocurrency company, did that for a while, started a SaaS platform that actually got venture funded by one of the top incubators in the world. So at a young age, I was surrounded by industry experts in different levels, at different fields, in different types of companies. So I was able to learn a lot from all those people, which is a great career boost for me. A while back, I was on a podcast tour representing the crypto company. I met the co-founder of Dating on a podcast because he runs a crypto podcast. After that podcast, we kept in touch. Then this AI looking thing started following me on Twitter. I'm like, what is this? He's like, oh, this is Dating. I'm thinking of starting it. I'm like, oh, this is funny. It helps a lot of people. I'm down to work on it with you. And we've been building that simultaneously along with my other companies. So it's kind of the universe just working itself out.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell us about this, about how got you to romance that you just said, but about this whole AI is rewriting modern romance. Tell us about this. And what were other apps doing at this point? Were they not related to artificial intelligence? Is it much more deeper, deeper integration of artificial intelligence in what you are talking about? Help us. How is this happening on the ground?
Yeah, sure, I'm happy to. So it's a little known fact that most of the other apps are owned by Match.com. So there's somewhat of a monopoly. And if you're in tech, you're aware that large companies, they move very, very slowly. So they still haven't done anything regarding AI. And I would say there's a big incentive problem with the current dating apps. So there are three problems with dating apps that I see. So first off, I view genuine human connection as very important for overall human happiness. And dating apps and social media push that needle in the opposite direction. So the three problems with dating apps like Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble are, first off, it's the top 5% of users on the app get access to everyone on the app. And if you think of dating like a marketplace, that really skews that marketplace. The second is it's really just physical based, like it's hot or not, like Tinder. If they're good looking, you swipe left. If they're not, you swipe right. No real looking into the person. And the third issue is the incentive behind the app, which is the most interesting to me. So if a dating app matches a happy couple, what does that happy couple do? The happy couple then leaves the dating app, resulting in a loss of a paying customer for that dating app. So that the incentives don't align with user and the app, whereas dating is different. So dating is the first ever AI-powered matchmaking service. And what we do is we auto-generate dating profiles and matches based on a user's digital footprint, because AI is really good at reading large data sets and recognizing patterns that humans would miss. So like, let's say, for example, you would create a dating profile, you connect social media, you chat Cupid, tags would generate for you on the back end, and then you'd get matches based on those tags. So for example, you could be into reading, you get like a 0.8 score reading, that match was someone who's into meditation, and then you could make a match from there. What differentiates dating from other apps is the incentive behind that. So after the app is made or the match is made, Cupid, our AI, can switch to a relationship butler, offering support throughout the whole relationship cycle, thus creating a better incentive structure for us that aligns with the user. So we're not trying to get people on, we're not trying to keep people on the app by just giving them new matches. We're trying to keep people on the app by creating sustaining connections. Because, like, for example, I can match with a girl. It's like Ashley, Kimberly, Jane. I'm like, okay, tell me more about Jane. AI is able to give me a good description of Jane just because it knows so much about her. It's like, okay, it suggests a good date for me and Jane. It's like, oh, you both follow this one artist on Apple Music. They have a concert coming up. Would you like to take Jane on this date? Jane sees an AI generated profile for me. I'm now matched with Jane, and just like Grok on Twitter, you can say at Cupid, and you can ask questions about Jane. She can ask questions about me. It's like, oh, put us in a movie. What's her favorite movie? It's like, oh, she likes Lord of the Rings. Create a story or a narrative around us for us in Lord of the Rings. Great. We go on that match. We fall in love. We get married. And there's the relationship butler can come into play. It's like, oh, you guys haven't been on a date in 3 months. We recommend the place you had your second date has half off ice cream. You should go here. It's like, oh, the one artist you follow, he's in town for a concert. That'd make a great date. Or it's like, oh, her birthday is coming up. She just added this thing on her Pinterest board. This might make a good gift because you don't want to miss that. So you can ask her pretty much anything you can do. And the cool thing about dating is if you think of it like a layer 2 technology on top of ChatGPT. So whenever ChatGPT pushes a benefit, we get that benefit. And we're much more personalized than ChatGPT. So the issue with ChatGPT is, I'm sure you've seen people ask ChatGPT questions about the relationships and whatnot, like take a picture of a screenshot. What does this person mean? The issue with ChatGPT is it's really just a reflection. So like if I were to ask ChatGPT a question about you, KAJ, it'll give me an answer, but it'll give me an answer about you that's based on what I fed it, meaning because it's basically its answer on what it's learned about me. Whereas dating, it takes both users into account. And that's really important when crafting a relationship.
Absolutely. So everything is done by AI. Then what will the person, those parties, what will they do? Means
Yes.
I thought the real fun was in knowing about in themselves and then going about this whole thing about how real will be this whole thing or how real is this whole thing, because won't you feel a bit more that you have not done the effort, you are having the ice cream without working for the for it.
Yeah. So the way I put it is we put our users in the position to succeed. So the whole point of the date is to get them on that live date in real person, because that's where the match actually happens. And I've noticed a problem with dating in the current dating app is like a lot of people are matching with people they really shouldn't be matching with, whether that be due to scarcity or just poor algorithms. And the thing about that is if you're matched spending time with someone who you're not supposed to be with, or you just don't really match well, that's an opportunity cost. And that opportunity cost is time spent with the actual person who you do match with, which I think is rather steep because time is one of our most valuable assets and we don't want to waste that when we don't need to. So yeah, like our goal is to put people, if they choose, because obviously people are into different things, but our goal is to put people in the position to meet real people where they genuinely match with. So for example, like I mentioned, Cupid suggesting a date based off of having like similar music tastes, or like, oh, this one artist is in town, you both follow this artist, maybe that would be a good date suggestion. Let's say Cupid doesn't explicitly say that, it still makes the match based on that data point. And so that's something that can come up organically. So you're still doing the work, you're still getting to know someone, but the back end is there.
Right, right. How does so you have an app like any other apps, or you are using your AI system into integrating with something else? Help us break it down for our audience.
Yeah. So are you asking me to break down how like the user journey flow?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if you were to join dating, so dating is live in the Apple App Store. We're building out the Android version too. We chose Apple just because in the United States most people use iPhone. If you were to join dating, you would create a profile. You would connect your social media accounts like Pinterest, photos, YouTube, Gmail, all that good stuff. You would chat with Cupid. And what's happening on the back end is based on your digital footprint and chatting with Cupid is you would get a bunch of tags. Like I could get a tag like hashtag trait. I could get a trait like Muay Thai, meditation, reading, a bunch of stuff describing me, and then a dating profile would auto-generate based on my tags. The reason the dating profile auto-generates is just so people can't really lie about their profiles. And then based on my tags, I get matches, potential matches with other people. I scroll through my matches. It's like a ChatGPT interface where it's like, oh, how's your day? I can ask it anything. It asks ChatGPT. So if I'm asking like just like generic AI questions, great. But if I want to ask about a match, great. So I see my match in the ChatGPT interface. Like, oh, she seems cool. Tell me more about her. I get a description. I can dive more into the user. Like, oh, what's her age? Where is she from? What do you think she's into? Why do you match us? All that good stuff. If I like the match, I say yes. She gets a notification on her end. She can ask ChatGPT about me. And then if we both like each other, we get placed in a group chat where we can both interact with Cupid and ask questions about each other. We can get date suggestions. We can do all that good stuff. And then from there, we're in a match. And if we want to meet a real person, we can. And the cool thing about the app is dating is just the first step, because the dating market in the United States kind of sucks. But this can be a overall matchmaking app. So like for our podcast, if we wanted to, we could have both downloaded an account, and then we could have asked Cupid to help us plan the episode. You can match with current partners. You can match with friends. Like me and my friend groups were on the app. I know it's a dating app, but we're all straight males. We use it to like plan like hangouts and stuff. So like this past weekend, it suggested a golf hangout, which is pretty good. We use it to roast each other, but there are plenty of ways to use the app. This is just the beginning.
Right, Eric. So how is your system app different than the others present? They must be. Are they having the same system, or is it a different thing?
That's a different thing. So there are three main I would say the biggest difference between our system and the others is the actual incentive behind the app. Like I think incentives are extremely important. If you know someone's incentive, you can kind of figure out what they're going to do. And their incentive is to keep people on the app by giving them new matches and not match with actual couples, where we're incentivized to keep that match going. They really just kind of basing it off attractiveness. So like in other dating apps, like the top 5, most people aren't even seen on the app. So like if you're not the top percentile, you're just not even get seen. And that's to keep people using the app, and that's causing problems because again, people are wasting time. And another big difference between us and other dating apps is on other dating apps, there's tons of bots. Like there's tons of fake users, there's tons of engagement farming. The reason there's tons of engagement farming is to get people to pay for the actual paid version, again, creating their money. And the reason that's kind of scary is AI is getting better and better, which means the bots are getting better and better. And dating is different because since we create profiles based on so many different data points, that's much harder to fake.
Absolutely. So does it increase your success rate for real connection, or is it much more of number of dates that you may get? How does that work?
It increases the success rate for real connection because it's matching you with people you have a higher probability of connecting with.
Right. So how does that happen? Means we are still talking about sentience, about AI and all that stuff, but does it have enough intuition to understand about human emotions and attraction and everything related during this whole process?
Yeah, so the cool thing about that is our AI is evolving at a really rapid rate. So every time someone interacts with that chat, it gets slightly smarter. Every time a new user connects a social media account, it gets slightly smarter. So the thing about Cupid is she's actually the worst she's going to be at this very moment. She's only getting better and better. So how we do it is we have 5 different categories based on interest. So it's like lifestyle, habits, sexual interest. Like we have break it down in 5 different categories, and we create our match score based on those categories. And the cool thing about Cupid is the longer you're on the app, the more likely you are to get a good match. Because for example, let's say I join the app, I'm saying yes, no to different people, talking to Cupid, it's learning more and more about me. The more I chat with Cupid, the better it gets at matching people as someone I would actually like. So I'd be like, no to this blonde, no to this blonde, no to this blonde. It's like, oh, this person doesn't like blondes. Let's try giving them a redhead. It gives me the red. I'm like, yes, it picks up on that. It starts giving me more tailored matches. And the cool thing is it's learning about me. But like I said earlier, AI is really good at reading large data sets and pattern recognition at scale. So it's learning about me as I ask for matches. But when you're on the app, it's also learning about you. So it's picking up similarities between me and you. And that just scales up. So like, let's say there's like 1 million users on the platform. It's going to pick up on behaviors of those 1 million users that we would all miss and then create better matches based on that.
Right. So it's all talking about, similarity. I thought opposites attract. What about that part of the dating game? And when you discover things about yourself, because here you are pre-discovered and you are just playing around that, not actually trying to understand and adjust with the other person. How does it look within this whole process?
Yeah, so the cool thing about the opposite attracts is I agree with that in the sense I think some people are into opposites, some people are into similarities. Everyone's into different things. So when you're talking with Cupid, it's always updating what you're interested into. So let's say I'm into fitness, I want to match with someone who's more chill. I would tell it that it would auto generate the tags on the back end, and those are constantly updating based off of that. So the opposite attracts, people are always updating. You just simply have to tell Cupid what you want, and then it can find based on what you're looking for. And the cool thing is, like, people are always changing. People are always creating new interests. Like, I could pick up a hobby. I could get really into pickleball for whatever reason. It'll update that for me too on the back end. So since the profile is dynamically updated on a daily basis, it'll account for new hobbies, new interests, new all that stuff. Because again, as people grow in life, their profiles should change too. So that all gets accounted for.
Right, Eric. So what is the adoption rate at the moment? And it's only on Apple apps, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only on Apple. So our adoption rate is we have around 1,300 users across the United States, mainly focused in Los Angeles. So our app has been live for around a month and a half, or live in the apps for around a month and a half. Our plan is to get around 10,000 users in Los Angeles, go for a larger fundraise, and then use that money to grow the app more aggressively. Our strategy is focused around LA, but we're on podcasts. We're seeing people. We're getting downloads across the United States. So we're using that as a heat map in the sense like, oh, if there are a bunch of people organically download the app in Nashville or New York or Miami or wherever the case may be, that's where we're going to target next. But we wanted to do LA because most of the founders are from LA, and it just makes sense to match people within geographical location. Like if you can match someone with LA and New York, that's cool, but it doesn't really help that many people.
Absolutely. So plans of going to outside LA, then US, full US, and outside US also, or is it only related? You'll
No,
be restricted to the US.
after the United States, we definitely want to go global.
You'll definitely go global. Absolutely. So there's so much to learn about all these things, the changing face of dating itself, and finding real connection. What are the challenges that you are facing at the moment with this, with this thing, what you are doing? If it is so good, is it adoption? Why are people understanding what you are trying to provide?
So the biggest challenge right now is really just a learning curve. A lot of people, they're confused for the app. They're like, oh, when I join, there's just so much that the app can do that it just, because like if you sign up with a normal dating app, you just simply swipe left, swipe right, you get the match, you start the chat. Whereas with Cupid and AI, there's much more capability. So there's a learning curve there. And once they figure it out, they get pretty into it. But the biggest thing is because I would say people are very fickle in terms of app. They just wanted to like a lot of people are downloading this. Oh, what is this? Oh, I don't get swipes right away. I'm confused. And then they'll oftentimes undownload the app. So it's getting people hooked immediately. I say that's our biggest challenge.
Right. If correct me if I'm wrong. I read in between that people were wanting much more real connection, real way of dating people. The way it used to happen traditionally, and that dating apps are facing their own challenge. There is a bit of a slowdown. If that is correct, or my understanding of this whole thing is correct, how do you see your app amidst all these things? Help us understand the landscape and the trend at the moment.
No, I agree with that statement. I view dating as simply another additional way to potentially meet your right person. I personally think meeting someone in person is the best way to do it because once you meet someone in person, your energies match. A lot of times you're doing the same thing. But the reality is most people, especially in the younger generations, are leaning more and more towards dating apps and meeting online. The main reason for that is there's no real rejection. Like, for example, if I were to approach a girl in person, I could get rejected. That's a bigger scare than swipe left, swipe right. So if more people are just simply doing the online option, and again, like I think people should meet in person, but if more and more people are doing the online option, we might as well give them a better option that is online. And again, the goal of dating is to match you with that person and then to get you online in person. And another thing we're building out is in-person matches, meaning like I could be walking around like in a Starbucks, whatever, and then I could get a notification on my phone, like a vibration saying, oh, you have a potential match in this Starbucks right now. That's her. Go make your approach. So that's something I want to build into the app in the spirit of getting people to meet in real life like they should.
Absolutely. What about data privacy, Eric? Because this is one of the concerns. Too much of app. How much data should you put? Because if you put everything, then the problem is that the AI knows more about you than you know about yourself. If you put less, then you are not, optimizing your profile. How do you protect data there?
Yeah, so with our data privacy, we have some of the top security experts crafting that security system. But with our AI, we get that people, because like you said, the more data you put, the better it knows you, the better it's matching you. You don't have to necessarily connect to all your social media accounts. And that was built in the spirit of protecting the users. So if you want to just chat with GPT and tell it about you, you can totally do that. But if you do choose to connect your social media accounts, like the data is not saved. What happens is it just kind of scans your profiles and then generates the tags based on your profile. So it's not your other accounts that will get that are linked like on the system. It's the traits based on the scan of your profile. So it's not actually all the it's like a light version of the mass amounts of data.
Absolutely. There's much to learn about all this from you, Eric, and I'm sure a lot of people would want to try your app, try it, learn more about this whole new way that dating is changing into an artificial intelligence into coming into it. What's the best way for people to connect with you and your app? Eric?
The best way to connect with the app is to simply download the app yourself. So go to the Apple App Store, search Dating, DATAING. And if you want to check out our Instagram, it's dataing.io. But if you want to connect with me personally, Instagram, ERICDMCHUGH is the best way to do that.
Wonderful. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.